Watching the show Hardcore Pawn, you may get the idea that the Golds are a family that doesn't get along and will much rather be left alone to their own devices when it comes down to it. In fact, some episodes seems that Les, Seth, and Ashley are ready to rip each other to pieces. The truth of it though is that they are a very close-knit family and tend to stick up for each other, and in order to run the business and to show a united front, the show has gone through a lot of different antics and looks as though it might have been staged several times along the way, but in all honesty, there are some things that have happened that justify even the conventional thought of reality TV and how it's supposed to go at times. Here's a few things you might have not known about Hardcore Pawn. The show is apparently unscripted. It's hard to believe with reality TV and has been for a long time. But if you listen to these people talk to each other, you get the idea that some of the things they say are too natural and aren't the type of words that any writer would think of when trying to write a show's dialogue. The Golds and the people around them sound about as legit as they can be, which honestly is quite refreshing, as it certainly seems the majority of reality television does have writing. Now with that being said, a lot of them do have some very guided directions, so to say, where they'll set up some scenarios that may not happen naturally. And I will say it seems like with these scenarios, they certainly do screen who comes into the store, so the items may be something interesting, but perhaps not as much as say so a show like Pawn Star does. Next, we have the fact that celebrities do show up from time to time. This doesn't seem too surprising since the show is quite popular and has drawn a lot of attention. They may not get celebrities in every day, but it's hard to believe that they wouldn't want to pop in from time to time. Detroit is a fairly popular city after all. Some of them were arrested for stealing. The Chicago location called Royal Pawn Shop doesn't do quite as well as the Detroit ones, at least when it comes to the type of people that they hire. At one point, 2 employees of the shop were arrested for stealing from the store. This is bad enough, but then tried to pawn the items they stole back to the shop they stole it from. It's hard to feel bad for people who are as stupid as this. Why would you steal from a place and then try to sell an item back to the same place that you stole it from? That's some really incredibly dumb stuff to do. Although we suppose that being a thief isn't something that someone who's all that smart does to begin with. Remember to stay in school, kids. They are closer than they seem. A lot of times you see this family yelling at one another as though they're about to go to war, but there are still times that they'll stand together and present a united front against people that try to take advantage of them or threaten them in any way. At the end of the day, they're still family and will look out for each other, which is very nice to see. I mean, it would appear that the majority of reality shows involve a family or close friends. They always try to pit them against each other. This show instead has all of them working together to push back against any outsiders who come on and trying to either scam, then steal from them, or just want to start a ruckus. They wear the same clothes on purpose. You know how it seems like everyone on the show only has one set of clothes? Well, they do that on purpose. Les Gold said that on the same MAA, I have 12 of the white sneakers at least. We wear the same clothing day to day for continuity purposes on the show. Seth only has one outfit too, in which I have to admit that's pretty good. I would hate to think that those guys who are successful businessmen and are obviously pretty wealthy can't figure out how to go shopping for clothes. Those of you who don't know what they're talking about, continuity is that when they could shoot something 3 days apart filming, and if they are wearing the same clothes, they can make it seem like it's the same day. So that's all we have for today's video, guys. Some things you did not know about Hardcore Pawn. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to our channel for future content just like this.